It's prime time. It's prime time. Talk TV. Talk TV. We're letting you know.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Prime Time, and you already know you're on Prime Time Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video, and you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For Prime Time.
To this day.
Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? How about that Rashidi Ellis fight between your boy Villa from Venezuela? Man, oh man, it was a very, very good fight. And I do believe that it seemed to me Rashidi Ellis was winning pretty much all the way up to the 10th round, I would say, and that's when, Villa started to kick in. You heard his corner told him, do this for your family, win this for your family. And that right there sent him into the 12th round, going in, getting 2 knockdowns, not one, but 2 knockdowns on Rashidi Ellis. Now, in all realness and actuality of it is that Rashidi Ellis won by the scorecards. Even with those 2 knockdowns in the 12th round, that gave it a 10-7, not a 10-8, not a 10-12, whatever heck they wanted to give it. But Rashidi just got to learn from that, become better from that. That's all. Come back stronger, get the rematch with that guy and prove the world, wrong or whatever. People saying, oh, Rashidi got exposed and yada, yada, yada. No, it's just that, a bigger and stronger fighter finally kicked in at the last minute of the bell and got 2 flash knockdowns. He didn't knock him out. He didn't KO him. So, I would have gave it a draw. I wouldn't have gave it to Villa, honestly. But, that's how it go. Boxing, sometimes it just don't go the right way. And that's why, honestly, I feel as though young fighters got to get knockouts. Because if you leave it in the hands of the judges, you might not get the outcome you want to get. And that's just all I saw from that. Villa, a very, very good opponent. I would love to see these guys go back to a rematch and see, who prevails. And whoever prevail out of that will be the man, period. That's how it should be, with that. Because honestly, that should have been a draw. For real. Out of all the stuff I saw, I would have rather seen that as a draw than anything else, than to see someone lose or someone get a crazy, because I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking they were gonna say, oh, unanimous decision, Villa. Look, for real, because sometimes you can see stuff like that in boxing, and that's what I was afraid of. But I'm glad, it was a majority decision, yada, yada, yada. But, I ain't even gonna lie, that hurt. That hurt my feelings. It hurt my old lady feelings too, you know what I'm saying? She was watching the joint with me, so boom, like, wow, crazy. You gotta see fights like that disappoint you, because the fight, he even said, Villa said at the end, they waited for Rashidi to gas out. He was speed, he had the punches and bunches, he did all of it, but he didn't take a load off on some rounds and cruise a little bit after he got a lead. And that comes with experience, and with his corner, because his corner should have been more experienced enough to notice that as well. So those are things to work on. Those are things to go back into the lab and to cook some more. He ain't done, 24 wins, 1 loss, 15 KOs, Hey, it is what it is. It happens. in boxing, but he can learn from that and he can become better from that, because sometimes when you lose, it makes you better when you come back. And sometimes, it's just in the cards. It's just in the cards. If he was gonna win, he would have won. That's how I see it. It's crazy though that they had that fight in 12 rounds though, his first fight back. I would have thought that would have been like a 10-round fight, because it wasn't for no belt, no championship or nothing like that. So it's just kind of weird to me how they had that, a 12-round fight. It definitely played to the advantage of Villa, having more, I would say, more experience or what have you. And he definitely showed up. Congratulations to him. He definitely came in and he won a very, very close fight, I would say, against a very, very good and up-and-coming prospect in Rashidi Ellis. So, before the fight, they were talking about Rashidi Ellis and Boots the day before at the press conference because they both got into it. Now, I still think that still is a good fight. I don't think that, Rashidi Ellis' loss plays a part in that. Now, I do say this, Rashidi Ellis need to go back and rectify that against Villa. Have a rematch. It'll make good for good TV, good entertainment to see them rematch. A part two. That's if Rashidi really wanted. After having I don't know how many month layoff, probably a 17-month layoff, something like that. That's a long time to have a layoff. But this fight right here, they threw him right into the fire. And that's why I call this Showtime sink or swim, because that's exactly what they did. They put all these fighters in a sink or swim situation, because even with the Boots fight, with Boots' opponent, Shahadazan, I don't know if I'm butchering his name or not, but he had a very, very good game plan, and he had crazy cardio, crazy footwork, some of the best footwork I've probably seen in a few years since Paul Spadafore, So I think that right there, that fighter, he needs to take that experience, that loss, and work on his hands, work on punches, then putting punches together. Because if he had that, he would have really gave Boots some problem. But he was there pretty much to survive, and he survived. He made it all 12 rounds. He didn't get knocked out. So, kudos to him for that. And a lot of people feel as though it's a reward for not getting knocked out by a fighter that is known to knock out fighters. So, kudos to him. Boots was in a sink or swim situation, and he swam. Now, unfortunately, Rashidi Ellis, he did sink, but I think he can swim again. So don't write him off at all, the least bit. I think he can become an even better fighter from this. A lot of times that experience make you even hungrier and make you even more vicious to come back, and get that rematch with Villa and, rectify that loss. I would love to see that. And crazy that Lamont Peterson lost, got, knocked out in the 4th round. I hate that for him, but, you kind of think that, Peterson, his time is kind of expired in the boxing, and maybe need to look at some other realm of investing his time and his mind and body into boxing in another form. But I think boxing in the physical, in the ring, he need to leave that alone. But, kudos to him for taking up the fight, for being on the undercard, fighting early on. Brandon Lee, he passed with flying colors. He swam. Of course, he had a shorter fighter. He was the taller, the bigger man in that. Very, very big advantage, if you ask me. And he did what he needed to do. Boo Boo Demetrius Andrade, he swam. A lot of people say he didn't swim as good as they wanted him to swim, but however long his layoff was, he did good in my eyes. So kudos and congratulations to him. Always been a fan of Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, very good fighter. Very, very good amateur background, and one of the best. Just have not been able to get people in the ring, and that's just a true testament to his skills. Because if he really wasn't that good, they would have been jumped on. But fighters that are very, very good, that pose a threat of making a good fighter career be derailed, they avoid those type fighters. And that's what Demetrius Andrade has been. Same as Gary Russell, and a lot of other fighters. You can go on, and the list goes on and on and on. Devin Haney. So many fighters avoid certain fighters because they know they are that good and they can derail them. And that's all I got for you in this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV and on my social media everywhere. And definitely go to the website, PrimeTimeTalkTV.com, and copy some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out. Till next time.